If you tried to play Fruit Ninja in real life, you'd probably make a mess. And also, where would you find a sword? Making Fruit Ninja in Hopscotch is safe and way less messy, but totally fun. Let's get started. Let's start by adding a fruit. Tap the plus button at the bottom of the screen and tap a new text object. That's the blue button with the emoji on it. Tap the globe button in the bottom left corner of your keyboard and scroll to the right until you find the food emoji section. I'm going to pick a strawberry. When you choose your fruit, tap the green check button. Now, let's make the fruit grow. Tap Add Code next to the fruit. And then tap a magenta When Game Starts block. Scroll right to the green blocks and tap a green Set Size block. Type in 200. Press the play button in the top right corner to run your code. Awesome! Your fruit doubles in size. If that didn't work, just tap the video to pause it and rewind. Tap the pencil button in the top right corner to go back to building. Now, tap below the Set Size block, but above the end of the magenta When Game Starts block. Scroll right to the blue blocks and tap a blue Repeat Forever block. Next, scroll left to the red blocks and tap a red Set Position block. Set Position tells your object where to appear on the x-axis, which runs from left to right on the screen, and where to appear on the y-axis, which runs from the top to the bottom of the screen. In this game, the x position will change all the time. So scroll right until you see the purple blocks, and then pick a purple random block. Random means there's no pattern. Now you need to decide a range. You need to tell the computer the highest and lowest numbers it can choose from. Type in 0 for the first bubble and type in 1000 for the second bubble. Now, tap the Y bubble and type in 10. Then press check. Next, scroll right to the red blocks and tap a red Change Y by block. Scroll right until you find the purple blocks and tap a purple random block. Type 100 into the first bubble. If you're on an iPad, type 300. Press check. And then type 300 into the second bubble. If you're on an iPad, type 750. Press check again. Next, scroll right to the red blocks and tap another Change Y by block. Scroll right to the purple blocks and tap a purple Multiply block. Type in -1 into the first bubble. Press check. And in the second bubble, scroll right to the yellow blocks and tap your object's yellow Y position. Make sure Objects is at the top of this menu. Now press play to see what happens. Oh, look at that fruit go! It's moving up and down in random spots on the screen. If your fruit doesn't do this, just tap the video to pause, rewind, and check your code. Tap the pencil button to go back to building. Tap inside the top of the blue repeat forever block, above the red set position block. A space should appear here. Scroll right to the blue blocks and tap a blue wait block. Scroll right to the purple blocks and tap a purple random block. Type 100 in the first bubble and 1000 in the second bubble. This will make your fruit wait a random time between 1/10 of a second and 1 second before it moves again. Let's see how it looks. Press the play button to run your code. Great! The fruit randomly moves around the screen and waits, but it just sits there at the bottom while it's waiting. Let's make the fruit invisible while it waits to move again. Tap the pencil button to go back to building. Tap inside the bottom of the blue repeat forever block, below the second change Y by block, and scroll right to the green blocks. Then tap a green set invisibility block and type in 100. Now tap in between the red set position block and the first red change Y by block. Check to make sure you're in the right spot. Scroll right to the green blocks. Tap another green set invisibility block, and this time type in 0. Let's press the play button to run your code. Nice! Now the fruit quickly disappears as it waits to move again. Tap the pencil button to go back to building. Tap below the blue wait block and above the red set position block. Scroll right to the yellow blocks and tap a yellow set variable. Tap new variable under objects and type in sideways. When you're done, press check. Then tap that yellow sideways block to add it to your code. Scroll right to the purple blocks and tap a purple random block. Type -10 in the first bubble, and press check, and type 10 into the second bubble. Scroll down to the bottom of your code tap below the magenta when game starts, and tap another when game starts block. Scroll right to the blue blocks, and tap a blue repeat forever block. Scroll left to the red blocks, and tap a red change X by block. Then scroll right to the yellow blocks and tap your object's yellow sideways block. Let's press the play button to run your code. Nice! Now you're in business. The fruit randomly moves to the left, to the right. This is getting tricky. If your code doesn't look like this, no worries. Just tap the video to pause, rewind, and fix what you missed. The fruit seems to be hugging the edges of the screen right now, so let's make it disappear when it touches the edge. Press the pencil button to go back to building. Scroll down to the bottom of your code and tap beneath the end of the magenta when game starts block. Scroll right and tap a magenta bumps block. tap the first bubble and tap the fruit. Tap the second bubble and tap the edge. Next, scroll to the right to find the green blocks and tap a green Set Invisibility block. Type 100 into the bubble. This will make your fruit invisible when it touches the side of the screen, but don't worry, when it spawns again, it will be visible again. Press the play button to run your code. Great! When the fruit hits the edge, it disappears. All right, this is when the magic happens. It's time to add some code to make this bouncing fruit into a game. Tap the pencil button to go back to building. First, let's add a sword to cut the fruit. Tap the X button at the top left corner of your code. And then tap the plus button at the bottom of your screen. Tap a new text object. That's that blue box with the emoji. Tap the globe at the bottom of your keyboard. And then scroll right until you find a sword. Great. When you're done, tap the check button. Now, tap Add Code next to the sword. Tap a magenta when game starts. Scroll right to the green blocks. And tap a green Set Size block. Type in 200. This will make your sword bigger. Tap Check. Then scroll right to the blue blocks and tap a blue Repeat Forever block. Scroll left to the red blocks and tap a red Set Position block. In the first bubble, we're going to scroll right to the yellow blocks and tap your device's yellow Last Touch X block. In the second bubble, tap the device's Last Touch Y block. Press the play button to run your code. Now press and drag on the screen, and your sword should follow your finger. Great! Now, let's make the sword cut the fruit. Tap the pencil to go back to building. Tap the X button on the code and tap C code next to the fruit. Scroll all the way down to the bottom of your code and tap beneath the magenta bumps block. Then scroll right and tap another magenta bumps block. You can leave the first bubble as self. Tap inside the second bubble and tap the sword. Scroll right to the green blocks and tap a green Set Invisibility block. Type in 100 and press check. Next, scroll to the right to find the purple blocks and tap a purple Leave a Trail block. Tap the color bubble and tap a color that matches your fruit. I'll use red. Inside the width bubble, type 50. Press check. Tap inside the Move Forward bubble. Delete the text and type in 60. Now press the play button to run your code. Nice! Slice that fruit. I'm going to make a fruit salad out of these strawberries. Now that you know the basics, you can customize Fruit Ninja to make it as tough as you want. What if you add more fruit? Or more swords? You can watch our timer video to learn how to make a timer, or you can add a points counter to keep track of how much fruit you slice. There's no wrong way to make this game, so experiment with different ideas until your game is just the way you want it. Have fun!